Okay, I'm excited for this one. I bought this DVD alongside two other sets a couple of years ago, more than a couple of years ago, probably like 4 or 5 years ago. And I remember marathoning episodes as soon as I got them because I was excited. As a kid, I just knew the character, everything. I knew everything, but um, it wasn't really that available for me because I grew up in Mexico, and it wasn't aired too much. And honestly, even if it was a little bit too scary for me. Probably, I was kind of scared of this character. I remember, it used to terrify me, like legit. I barely remember anything at all. And I'm gonna watch again, and this time I'm gonna do a video. I love the boxes. Look at this. Look at all this detail right here. I don't have season 1. I have season 2, 4, and 6. So that's why I'm starting with this one. But I love the presentation. Too scary. Welcome, friend. That's more like Yoda. Welcome, friend. Welcome. Welcome, friends. Back for more dead time stories, huh? Then settle in with these devious months of diabolical delight. Okay. Let's see this. This tree. Just look at the pictures and everything. It's so cool. That right. Starring Denis Moore and Jeffrey Tambor. Tambor? Screenplay by Andrew Borg. Directed by Howard Dutch. Original air date. Oh, it has the original air date. That's cool. The Switch. Starring William Hickey, Kelly Preston, and Rick. Directed by Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnoldo Schwarzenegger is directing this. Okay, well, so far I'm just gonna watch episode 1 and 2, but I want to see the rest of the box set because it's so gorgeous. Look at that. I love the colors and everything. I miss this kind of like shows. I mean, they still, I guess you still make them, but they don't have the same charm. I don't know. You see. Oh, it's the same picture. It's the same picture. I love this one. I think this is my favorite CD. Or this one. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I actually mainly have secondhand exposure to Tales from the Crypt from media and all that since it's such a big show and all. As a kid, I actually never ever saw a single episode. I was about to do that with a friend when I was in fourth grade once in a library because my friend told me that they were going to show. They used to have like these little special occasions where they would play things in a little spot that they had with it was just a big television. Well, I remember it was big. I don't know exactly how big it was. Maybe it was just a regular sized television, but when you're a little kid, things tend to feel a little bit bigger and like more grander than what they actually are. But yeah, that's when I saw Star Wars for the first time. Actually, in the library, in those little earrings that they used to do, like a television with a VCR, and that was it, and just chairs, and I don't know why they would do that. I don't remember, but they used to do that. And my friend told me that they were going to show Tales from the Crypt, and he was very excited and he wanted to go see it because it was such a taboo for us kids. And I remember him being super excited, and I was following along and being all hyped and excited too, even though deep inside I was terrified because I was terrified of the crypt keeper. It was so scary for me. It was like terrifying for me. It was so realistic for a little kid like me in that time. It was incredible and unbearably terrifying, to be honest. I was just pretending. I was just like in that SpongeBob episode where SpongeBob and Patrick go to Goatland. Is that the name of the park? Where they're pretending to be excited about that new roller coaster, but they're actually terrified. That was me. So yeah. So it's time to actually corroborate how good the episodes are. Yeah, anyways, nowadays nothing of this is remotely scary, but I can still remember like that scene right there where where you see the crypt keeper jumping out of the coffin. Uh, that would have been so traumatizing for me as a kid. I would have had nightmares. And also, I really like the menu. It has that early DVD vibe to it, like really well made and like with a lot of effort. It has a lot of features, and you see the look of the crypt keeper doing his little jokes that are so. But yeah, it's a pretty cool menu. Uh, as one of those things is one of the main things why I love just like exploring DVDs. I'm one of those few people like to this day who is excited about DVDs. Like I like to see what they do with the menus if they even have like cool menus at all. For example, here they every option has the little scene there, the looping scene. It's pretty cool. It was so mind blowing when I was a kid and I saw that you could watch movies and shows this way with like interactive menus and all that. It was amazing. I still remember. It was I have it. I have the memory like very vividly. So the name of this episode is That Right, and it's about Demi Moore. Damn, I mean Demi Moore. She was she was a crush for me when I was a kid. Damn. She plays a gold digger here, and she goes and sees a gypsy because of course you can't have a horror special in the 90s without a gypsy. Where is she from? Where is she supposed to be from? Is it Shehar correctly did it Trotsky? Oh, I don't know where that's supposed to be from. I mean, so the gypsy acts in the most stereotypically phony gypsy phoniness type of thing. How is she expecting anybody to believe her that she has special super gypsy powers? Yeah, there's supposed to be that the plot twist that oh you didn't believe her and she was actually telling the truth, but can you be less cartoony? Well, to each their own, I guess. So she tells Demi Moore that she's all like, you were waiting to marry the right guy, but they pretended it never happened. So you,
all your life you have desired to marry well, to marry for money, but your chance never came. So you keep working and hoping to meet Mr. Right. Or should I say, Mr. Rich?
stuff like that, and yeah, all of that, and Demi Moore is like, oh yeah, no, not bad. So Demi Moore, pretty ass, She's obviously not believing her. Why did you go? First of all, why did you go? You know she's gonna be a phony. She's not a phony, but she's supposed to be a phony. I mean, who is gonna believe that a gypsy is actually psychic? You go there and you're like, phony. But why did you go then? Why did you waste $20 if you're broke as fuck? But the gypsy tells her, get this, that by the end of the day, she's going to lose. She's going to have a new job. Phonies. Thanks to me more. Thanks for nothing, bitch. And she pays and she takes off. Trotsky, get over here. My dog, Acapulco, he does exactly that with everybody. It's so annoying. He just jumps into everybody, just tries to bite them, especially when he tries to leave. He did that today. He does that all the time. He's so annoying. He's scratching himself right now. You don't believe me, do you? You don't believe me, but it's right there. Acapulco. Anyways, so yeah, I forgot to say that she was super cocky because she was supposed to get fired, but she was like, how am I gonna get fired if my boss is not even in town? But plot twist, the boss is back in puck form and in angry boss form too. And she's fired. She was lacking off because the boss was not there, so she was just lacking off, and she ain't got no job anymore. Burn. Luckily for her, another waitress got fired, so she was just crossing by because she was uh, unemployed now. And the waiter, the guy there is like, yo, you want a job? You're fine as hell. You want a job? And she gets it. She's a waitress now. And she's all like, yo, you talking to me? And she's like, yeah, you want a job? Yeah. And so she does. So yeah, that happens. So she goes back, assumingly pays another $20, 20 whole solid bucks. And she goes and sees the gypsy. And now she has evidence that the gypsy has actual superpowers. So she's still incredulous. You saw that she was right, and you could have probably said, okay, fair enough, that was just a coincidence. That's fair enough on you. You want to believe that it was a coincidence, even though the evidence was right there in your fucking face. Okay, but you were credulous enough to go back and see the gypsy, but you're still like super skeptic. What's the matter with you? That's why you keep losing jobs. What's the matter with you? So the gypsy is telling her that she sees a great deal of money coming for you. And so Demi Moore is like, whoa. So she sees a man, and she is next to him. It is her wedding. So Demi Moore doesn't want to marry a guy unless he's loaded. She's like, dude, this guy needs to be hella loaded. So yeah, the gypsy says that a large man is she's going to meet a large man. And Demi Moore is like, all right. Oh yeah, and Demi Moore works in like a titty bar. It's a kind of a tame titty bar, but it's a titty bar. I mean, they couldn't show an actual. She works in a titty bar. She's a waitress there. And what do you know? One of the customers, one of the you want to say biggest customers in the bar. It's a large man. A very large man. And yeah, let's see what's happened. We don't know what's gonna happen. And well, Demi Moore is all like, "Yo, look, check out that abomination." And the guy, the owner is like, "He's one of the best customers, so you better, uh, yeah, you play nice and go there and like attend him." So she does, and wow, I mean the makeup. I know it's not very clear because of the way I record it. Um, it's gonna be super blurry, which I kind of like that effect. I know probably not a lot of people like it because I see that not many people stay. I've never received a complaint about the quality of the image, but I'm pretty sure I can already tell that lots of people are not fans of the way I record my videos. It's not gonna be for every video, but for the most part, I wanna maintain this aesthetic. I like it. Yeah, you can't really tell because the camera is not picking up the screen, but the makeup is actually really good. It's revolting, and it looks very realistic and well made. So yeah. So the guy tries to flirt with Demi Moore, and she's like, "Get bent, freak." And he's like, "Hey, are you trying? Are you playing hard to get?" And dude, I'm not a girl, and oh no shit, but even I get like I find that so insufferable. I'm not feminist or anything. Don't get don't get me wrong. I just find that kind of shit really insufferable when I see it in guys. I just find it obnoxious. It's just me. Okay, it's just like simply that's not my kind of nature, and for one reason or another, I don't like it even as a guy. And if I was a girl, I would really, really have an issue with that. I don't want to get into that. It's just that I find it real annoying. So Demi Moore is all like, yeah, eat shit, loser. But then she remembers and she's like, yo, but the gypsy. What about the gypsy? She said, a very large man. So what about it? Hmm, hmm. Are they going to know that? Are they going to get together? It's impossible to know that. It's impossible, trust me, it's impossible to know that. You can't possibly know that. My guess is that they're not. My guess is that Demi Moore is gonna find some other guy, and that loser is just going to just like um, end up going there to the bar, to the TD bar every day, lonely, jerking off to the TD girls, and just being lonely and pathetic and very, very, very gross. And Demi Moore, and she's going to meet this other dude, really handsome motherfucker, and turn out that uh, from some millionaire. She married Johnny Depp, and the plot twist is gonna be like, yo, she's gonna come back to the gypsy and be like, yo, you were wrong, bitch. Joke's on you. And she's gonna. The plot twist is that something's gonna happen to the gypsy. She's gonna get her comeuppance. Something like that. I don't know. Something like that. I'm pretty sure. There's no way Demi Moore and Large Man has, are gonna be and are gonna end up together. There's no way. You see, immediately, Large Man here immediately goes tailing Demi Moore, and it's all like just bugging and bugging and bugging. Probably, what is it? What is it about that kind of attitude bothering me so much? I think I kind of hate people just bugging me a lot. Maybe I've had people bugging me, even sexually, like when in ways that I didn't want it to, and I've literally had men bugging me like that, sort of not as aggressively, but kind of that aggressively. But it goes even further. It goes even from before that. It used to bother me even before that. Mm, I don't know. It's just like it's all like I don't take no for an answer. That's that kind of attitude. For whatever reason, bugs me. This episode, I wasn't expecting this episode to get on my nerve like that, but it is. Especially coming from a guy looking like that. But still, I hate that kind of attitude in guys, and probably in girls too. Girls are not that aggressive when it comes to like flirting like that. Girls are not that aggressive. Girls are gonna be more like they're gonna be more concerned about people thinking they're people making assumptions like, oh, if she's that aggressive, it's because she's a slut, and she's the girls are not gonna be that aggressive. But I hate that. I hate that attitude. Not only in like flirty sexual ways, but just in general. I hate that attitude. I would have to probably meditate more, pander more exactly why I hate that kind of attitude. It's probably just because it doesn't mix with me. It's simple as that, really. In short terms, no, it's just no, and that's it. Move on. I One thing before I continue because I'm diverting here from the plot. Mm, Maybe it's because I'm actually very determined. I'm very determined to a point where I feel sometimes that I'm kind of stubborn. I'm not stubborn. I just have a lot of determination, but I know when to quit. I know when to stop and move on from things and focus on other personal things where I need to be determined and not quit in very personal things, but in external things like this, I know when to quit and stop and just move on. Maybe that's what bothers me. It bothers me when people are not conscious enough to, I don't know.
Special connection between us.
Special connection between. Ew. Creepos like this dude, man. You see, creepos like that make a bad name to guys, and then everybody assumes we're all like that. Creepos like this motherfucker. So Demi Moore runs the fuck out. You see, that's what happens, man. You see what you do, man. Anyways, she probably has a free uh, uh, permission to pop into uh, uh, the gypsy's house at any time of the day because it's at night. I would hate that. I would hate people just like popping in my house with no heads up or anything at any time of the day. There be more. You're fine as hell, but that's fucking annoying as shit. I would hate that. I would hate that. I wouldn't be rude about it, but deep inside, I would hate that. I would probably be like, yeah, okay, okay, welcome. What do you need? But deep inside, I would be like, this fucking girl. So she's all like concerned because she's obviously scared that if that grotesque abomination is gonna be the husband, and the gypsy's like, yes, of course he's the man, he's the last man, and but she's like, don't worry about it, he's gonna suffer a violent death, don't worry about it. So yeah, have an animal cracker. Trotsky is worse than that. Oh yeah, Trotsky. So she's Russian? Did you know that Trotsky died in Mexico? Yeah, he had to move to Mexico in his final days, and I think he was assassinated in Mexico or something like that. I don't remember. Something like that. You probably don't even know who Trotsky is. It doesn't matter. He was a friend with Frida Kahlo, and what am I talking about? They were all communists. Yeah, Frida Kahlo was a commie. You didn't know that, right? Frida Kahlo, the Frida Kahlo. Everybody knows. She was a fucking commie. So her friend is giving her the best advice. Well, not really, but the friend is like, yeah, marry him. Yeah, yeah. You say that. You don't have to live with him. You don't have to fuck him. It's very easy for you to say, ew. But yeah, they're all fantasizing. This is the best part of the entire episode. This is hilarious. I love this part. They're all fantasizing of ways for him to die, and it's so well made. It's incredible. Oh, holy shit! What was a dummy? Oh, and then when he's eating, that is I have a thing with food. I'm very, I don't know, stingy with food. I, I'm very, I get wheezy. Oh God, I hate that. I hate the, ugh, I'm super wheezy with food. Um, I hate people making noise. I can't. I can barely tolerate people making noise while eating in a very gross manner, like too much. I hate that fetish, food fetish, the fetish sex and food being in contact with the body. Uh, no, I'm not that picky with food. I'm very open-minded with food. I'm very open-minded with flavors and different types of foods that other people might consider unappetizing. I might try them. It's not that. It's just that I need the food to be presented and eaten in a clean manner. That's it. Clean, normal manner. That's it. And things like this really made me revolt. And ew. So long story short, large man continues berating and berating and berating and being a creepo, being the ultimate creepo, insisting until he keeps insisting so much that she just gives in. Because she knows she's going for the money. So yeah, they end up going together and all that shit. They go to the movies, ew, and everywhere else, and they go eating, ew, and the works, ew. Hmm. Well, so they actually marry, huh? Plot twist. I bet you didn't see that coming. They actually end up marrying. I did not see that coming at all. You heard me before. I did not see that coming at all. And they're married now. She saw that he really didn't have anybody else. He said that he didn't have much right now, but he had prospects. So, yes, they're married. They're married. And I did not see that coming at all. Ew. Really, I did not. Promise. Dude, the sex scene. Jesus Christ. Talk about a horror show. So he's living with her, and she ain't got nothing. She's broke as hell. They're living like shit, and she's just doing everything, and he's like being a, a, a useless blob. He's not. He doesn't do anything. He's just there, being disgusting and ugh. Irony, I guess. So her hope was that he didn't have anybody else to inherit the fortune that he didn't have, and the only person that he had was his rich uncle. And she was like, okay, so maybe he can get his money. And turns out the rich uncle had family, and she wasn't expecting that, so she loses her shit. And yeah, she goes and tells the gypsy like, yo, what the fuck? And the gypsy's like, oh, don't worry about it. He will inherit the money, and then he will die. What does she mean? We don't know. I'm pretty sure everything will be just fine. So Demi Moore goes and buy something. I wasn't even sure what exactly what she bought, but she turned out to be the 1 million customer, and she wins $1 million. Uh-oh, plot twist. She comes home loaded. What time is it? Cause she bought like a million things. She's all in fancy dressed, and like she has all her shopping bags there. Her vintage, like, oh yeah, because they're like in the 40s, 50s, something. No, they're not in the 50s. They're like in the 40s. And she's all fabulous now because she's rich. She's dressed up super fly and in Gucci, and she's like, "Yo, fatso, fuck you. I'm bouncing. I'm out of here. Get bent, dork. I'm rich now, bitch." And large man is like, "Yo, honey, what are you doing? You were supposed to be like soulmates or whatever." And she's like, "Fuck you. I was not a soulmate of you. I just thought you were rich." And that's why I married you. But I'm like, fuck you. And he's like, yo, you can't just walk out of me. We love each other. And she's like, dude, are you kidding me? She's like, dude, are you actually kidding me? Dude, you're disgusting. Eat shit, dork. I'm leaving you. And he's like, no. And he's like, one last thing. One last thing. If I can't have you, nobody can. And she's like, oh, fuck. He's not taking it well. He has the maniac eyes. She's all like, yo, dude, like, could you, like, yo, put the knife down, dude. Chill. She's crying now. She's scared shitless. Yeah, she's crying now. She's scared, and she's like, okay, fine, I will. Okay, I'm putting down. I'm putting it down. I'm putting it down your chest, and yeah, he kills her. Yeah, and he murders her. He murders her. She's dead. He inherited the money, all right. He did. Plot twist: it was her money, and he suffered a death right after inheriting the money. A death by the electric chair. Plot twist for killing her. Plot twist: the gypsy was right all along. The gypsy is always right. End of the story. The end. Pretty good. Pretty good. It was an effectively unsettling episode for me. Yeah, it's pretty good. I like it. The whole body horror. It's body horror. That kind of shit is body horror to me. It's like, I mean, a different type of body horror, but it's still, uh, it was pretty well written, fairly well. Yeah, it was very enjoyable, very uncomfortable, and what you would expect from a show called Tales from the Crypt. Um, the acting was pretty good, especially especially him. He was like very creepy and awkward and really uncomfortable and unsettling. So we are supposed to assume that she got her comeuppance for being a gold digger, a no good gold digger, which is true. Fair enough. Good. But he was a creepo too. He was a he was like he was lying. He was grotesque. He was grotesque and disgusting, and he was a phony, and he was an ultimate creepo. I mean, he was an ultimate creepo. He was a neckbeard. He was a, in a way, they were kind of meant to each other, I guess. That none of them were good people. They were both terrible people. So there's that. Um, yeah. Girls are gonna care about money. Guys are gonna care about pussy. Uh, the circle of life. So yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to make of that. I don't know who who is the who is the winner here. No, nobody, because they both died. But moral of the story: don't be a gold digger. Don't be a pussy digger. Uh, be honest and look for somebody who you actually care about and actually cares for you. But there you go. That's a good moral in there. Avoid being a phony. There you go.